Okay, so now we're going to have a look at setting up the membership options. And this is the S2 member submenu in our dashboard. Now when I click on this, you may get a bit of a fright. Don't worry about that. We're only going to be using some of the basic functions of this. The reason that I've chosen this plugin is because of this requirement here, growth path to even more flexibility. So basically it's going to be able to do whatever we want in the future. Some of the other membership plugins have limitations which will stop you at some point in the future. This one, it's going to take you as far as you want to go, especially if you do go for the Pro version. But I haven't really seen the need for that except for some of the payment options. You may find it useful. Anyway, let's have a look at the S2 member. I'll just click on the menu there, and as you can see, there's a lot of stuff here. Please don't get scared. There's a lot of video tutorials to teach you about S2 member. In fact, it's probably one of the most well documented plugins for WordPress. And they've been going for a while. Now we're just going to be using some of the most basic functions of this. So clicking on General Options, what we want to do with Open Registration is we are going to allow open registration for free subscribers at level 0. Yes, we're going to do that. I'll explain that as we go along. But you may recall earlier when we looked at WordPress settings, we disallowed open registration. So what's going to happen here is S2 member is going to take over that function, and it's going to direct people to a special login screen for establishing their accounts. Okay, so that's okay. Membership levels and labels. Well, we're going to, I think this is normally free subscriber. I've just changed this to subscriber. Level 1 membership, I'm just going to change to member, and these other ones we're just not going to use. That's fine. I do want WordPress to use my labels so that in the drop-down menus we will be able to recognize what those levels are. So we're just going to be working with these level 0 and level 1 membership levels. Okay, the login welcome page, that's one of the pages that we set up earlier. So login welcome page, yep. And this S2 member will keep this page always private. Obviously it's intended for people who have just logged in, so that's going to be protected by S2 member. And the membership options page is always going to be public. Membership options page, the page that we created earlier. Okay, so we're just going to, that's enough for general options. We're just going to save those, and then moving down into restriction options. Okay, now here is where we can set post access restrictions, page access restrictions, tag access restrictions, category restrictions, and a whole bunch of other things. And we're going to look at those a little bit later on. If you are going to be using payment options for your membership website, then these other areas here, PayPal options, and other integrations, you're going to need to look at those, but that's a little bit advanced for this beginner tutorial. We are going to be using shortcodes, so simple shortcodes. We're going to have a look at that. These two options here, the extremely easy way to protect content, we'll look at that, and the simple shortcode way to protect content. Basically look at that. Okay, so our S2 member plugin is basically set up now. It's time to start testing. Now we set up test users before, so before we can actually conduct some testing, what we're going to have to do is assign S2 member roles to those test users. So let's go back to users. Okay, so let's see now the administrator. Okay, so let's start with subscriber. They're already using the subscriber role, but let's just check that. Okay, so they're using, whoops, sorry, wrong one, wrong. Okay, so here we are. We want them to be a subscriber. Yes, that's fine. And so we don't need to make any changes there. Let's go back to all users. Test member. We need them to be a member. Yep. And I'll just go down and change those. And back to all users. Test member with custom capability. Haven't really described what that means yet, but I'm going to make them a member and give them a custom capability. And what'll that be? Access special page. Okay, just notice that there I tried to type in a hyphen, but it changed it to a low what's that called? An underscore. That's right there. So they're going to be able to access a special page. All right, and they're also a member, as in they've got this role of member as well. Level 1. Okay, so now let's look at all users again. So we've got the administrator, which is me. I haven't logged in. I'm actually logged in as the super administrator at the moment. We've got a member. Yep, and we've got member with a custom capability, and that's listed here, and a subscriber. Excellent. All right, so what we're going to do now is start playing with level control, page post control, and simple shortcodes. All right.